What's up? You got your boy DyReck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. Cause today we're gonna be talking about, is a good mix really that important? Have they been lying to us all these years? You know, you're making your beat and some internet nerd tells you, hey man, that's cool that you're making a beat, but you need to make sure it's mixed and mastered correctly. Then it will be radio ready. Yeah. But is that true? Do you really need a spectacular good mix and master to submit your song? Well, let's talk about it. Now, we all know the benefits of a good mix. It just brings life and clarity to your music. Now, when you think about it, back in the days of musical bands, symphonies, and orchestras, all the musicians were on a stage and they all had their own spot. Everybody had their own spot, their own position on the stage. They weren't all lined up in one row like a bunch of little school kids getting ready to go on the short yellow bus. They were spread out. Everybody had their position. You might have the guitar guy to the left, the singer in the front, the drummer further back to the right, the piano guy further back to the left. Everybody knew their spot. And when playing, they all came together to give the audience a magical musical experience. Fast forward, and the record business blew up. Everybody started listening to records, at first in mono, but then in stereo. And that's when things really change, when you can really get that live musical experience you felt when you saw your favorite band live. When listening, it felt like you could almost see your band on stage. The guitar guy to the left, the singer in the front, the drummer way back to the right, and the piano guy way back to the left. You're hearing all the musical sounds coming from those directions. It was the closest thing to actually being at the concert again. The panning, volume leveling, balance was amazing. And to top it all off, they send it to mastering to add that finishing polish and to make it, dare I say it, radio ready. So, monkey see, monkey do. And shorties are definitely sipping Sunny Dew. Everybody on the internet basically copies this format. Pretty much this is the standard record business format. You make your tracks or songs and send them to get mixed and mastered, or mix and master it the best you can yourself. And I'm not gonna lie, a great mix and master is awesome. You hear it, the song sounds alive and vibrant, and it just adds that, I don't know, that little touch that just pulls you in more, that just entertains you while you're listening. And if it's a great song, that's even a double whammy. But is it really necessary for you to mix and master your music for it to be great? Do any of you remember Clue tapes? Cluminati! Clue tapes was the rave in the late 90s, early 2000s. Mobb Deep, The Lox, Lil' Kim, Mace Murder, Ghost and Ray, Nas, Jigga Man, Big L, McGruff. They were all going in on Clue tapes. Every artist you could imagine. To get on a Clue tape? You was doing your thing. But do you also remember, YouTuber, the quality of the Clue tapes? It was horrible. It sounded like they were made in a basement ran by 600-pound ogres. The sound was dingy, dusty. You heard tape hiss in the background. Sometimes the artist's vocals were distorted. And as far as a good mix, forget about it. Sometimes you could hear the microphone banging against the stand in the audio. The quality of the Clue tapes back then was no bueno. But for some reason, we fell in love with it. We loved it, distortion and all. We loved it to the point when they would actually come out with the finished mixed and mastered version on the radio for the radio play, sometimes we would prefer the Clue version. We would prefer the gritty, grimy dungeon version that Clue had over the polished radio version. So it brings up the question, is a great mix and master really that important, in making great music? There were thousands of times that you hear producers and mixing engineers talk about, yeah, well, we finished the song and, I did the mix and master, but the band preferred the demo version. So many songs rather the demo version, the rough cut, than the mix and master. The engineer would just be like, yeah, we just decided to put the demo version on the album. Everyone fell in love with it, and it, reached Billboard #1 for, a million months. It was rumored classics like Bob Seger's Old Time Rock and Roll was a demo version, or Buddy Holly's That'll Be the Day, or Quiet Riot's Come On, Feel the Noise. They were all demo versions, rough cuts that, they decided, hey, let's just put this on the radio. So my opinion is, no, you don't have to have a mix and master in order for you to make a good song. But it's not a rule of thumb, meaning a few people can get away with it, but not everyone. It's like the artist known as Prince. Yes, Prince was able to record his own music at home and submit it to the radio, and it will be spinning on your airwaves. But that's not everyone. Some people, if they record well and they know how to record, they could probably get away with not having it mixed and mastered and just the track sounding great, basically based on how they recorded it. But the average do-it-yourselfer online? That cat? I don't know. But what's your opinion? Do you feel you need an awesome mix and master in order to really finish your song? Or is that not important to you? Do you think you can get away without mixing and mastering and just doing it yourself? Let me know in the comments section. So this is your boy DyReck, aka Native Shades, reminding you to like and subscribe. And I'm signing off.